welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and follow me on my social media down below just to see how I'm doing, how my kids are doing. Just because I do sometimes, what's the word? I do slack on videos. So if you really want to see how we're doing, what we're doing, whatever, follow me on my social media. I am pretty active on those. So yeah, so today I'm going to be doing 10, or actually I did add an extra name, so 11 baby names that I love and most likely will use in the future. Obviously not all of them because I'm not going to have that many kids. I got syrup on my fingers. I am going to first start off by telling you guys both my boys' names, just so you guys know kind of the names that I already have used that I really loved. It took me a long time to figure out what I wanted my children's names to be. So Landon is like running around. He's sitting on the couch right behind me, so you might hear him. You might actually hear his TV as well, but I'm going to start off with Landon's name. So Landon actually came from the movie A Walk to Remember. It's one of my favorite movies. If you haven't seen it, you definitely should. It's a Nicholas Sparks movie, and the main character's name is Landon, and I just really loved the name. I thought it was very, I don't know, like I feel like it fits so nicely, first off, with him, and it just fits so nicely as a boy's name. And his middle name is John, which actually came from a really good friend of mine. That's really where that came from. It took me a while to figure out what name I wanted. And I actually did have a girl name if he was a girl, but I actually don't even like that name anymore, so I am so glad that I didn't have a girl. Next, my other son's name is Gabriel, and Gabriel really doesn't have a meaning really that's, I'm sure it has a meaning, but like, it's not why I picked the name. Like, there's no special story or anything like Landon's where it came from some other people important in my life. Gabriel's dad actually is Hispanic. I mean, I'm Hispanic too, but, we both wanted a name that was not super common. I know Gabriel sounds very common, but I actually don't know anyone named Gabriel. I still don't know anyone named Gabriel besides my son. And we wanted like an easy Hispanic name because, Landon, my boyfriend's mom, she really is not very good with English, so Landon is really hard for her to say. So we wanted a name that was, Hispanic. It was easy for her to say, but it was also not hard for people that didn't speak Spanish to say. So we decided on Gabriel. And some people call him Gabe, but I just call him Gabriel. So that's where that came from. And his middle name is Jerome, which is after my dad's dad. So that's where that's from. And yeah, so now I'm going to get into the actual names that I, love that I will use if I have any more kids. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the boy side since I just went over 2 boy names of, my kids. So the first name is Jaden. And also I wanted to say that this is not in any order of like what I like most to what I, what I'm saying, it's just random. So, but yeah, Jaden is the first name. And I really like this name because I feel like it can go either way for boy or girl. And I've always really liked this name from Jaden Smith. And I don't know, like, I always liked the name, and I feel like it's unique at the same time, but not like crazy weird, I think any spelling of it would be okay. I mean, I don't prefer a spelling over another for that name. I mean, I have it down as Jadeen, but you can definitely do Jayden, Jaiden. You can do whatever you want with that spelling. So Jaden is my first name. My second name is Grayson, and this I would like to be spelled Grayson. And Grayson came from a friend of mine that I used to hang out with in high school. I've always really liked the name, and, I feel like that's another name that would be good for a girl or boy. I do prefer Jaden and Grayson for a boy, that's why it's on my boy list. But, if you're into names that, you want to kind of be gender neutral, I think those are both names that could go either way. I know a girl named Jaden, I know a boy named Jaden. And I know a girl named Grayson, and I know a boy named Grayson. So, I really like this name. I feel like it's also one of those names that's like, if you're looking for a name that's not really freaking weird, but not like super duper common. But, it may be common where you are, but like, these are just names that I don't particularly hear around, around where I live. I don't know too many Graysons or Jadens. So the next name is Kai, and that's Kai. And I absolutely love this name. I think it's so short, it's simple, sweet, it's so cute. And I actually heard this name when I was working at a daycare, probably last year sometime. There was a little boy named Kai there, and first off, it fit him like, it just fit him, you know, and I really like love this name for real, like, but yeah, it's super short. I think it sounds like so like hang loose, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really stupid, but it kind of sounds like, you know, kind of tropical island type of name, but you know. The next name is Hudson, and Hudson was actually a name that got brought up when I was pregnant with Landon. You know, it is a very common name, I feel like, but it's super cute, and you know, the reason I didn't go with it was because there was quite a other girls that I knew who were using that name, and you know, I just didn't want to have a baby boy. Like, we were all due around the same time, and that would have been weird if we all had our baby around the same time and we named him Hudson. So yeah, I didn't go with that name for that reason. And you know, my boyfriend really likes unique names, so you know, he wouldn't really want that name because it would have been too common for him. So yeah, but Hudson I think is a really nice name. The last name I have on my list for a boy is Sawyer, and this name is just, I don't know, like, it just, you know, it just kind of makes me think of like southern, like, you know, and since I've grown up in the South, you know, I feel like it fits really nicely. And like, I'm not saying that if you were living like in the North or anything like that, or you know, otherwhere besides the South, that Sawyer wouldn't fit you. But I just feel like since I live in the South, Sawyer just sounds like such a like southern name to me, and I really love it. I think it's really unique, and I think it's really cute. And there is girls and boys with this name as well. I do tend to like those names that go for both genders, but I mean, Sawyer, and that's Sawyer. I don't know if there's any other way you can spell it, but that's how I would spell it. So yeah, that's what I have on my boys list. So I'm gonna move on to the girls, and this one I did an extra name just because I feel like girls' names are so much more fun to like look up, and I don't know, I just like, girls are so much overwhelming, I feel like, with names, because there's so many like uniqueness, and I don't know, girls' names are just a lot harder for me to narrow down, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start with them. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this first name is the name that me and my boyfriend will definitely 100% use when we have a girl. It was the name that we picked out before we knew before we knew the gender of Gabriel, and we've just been in love with this name for so long. Like, we will 100% use this name for our daughter, and that name is Briella, and we just love how it sounds. It's so beautiful, you know, like, and she can go by Ella or Elle or something. I mean, I kind of like Brielle too, but we both really like Briella better. So there is one other girl I know on YouTube, Emily Woke, I think her name is, and her daughter's name is Briella, and that's kind of where I got the like name from. You know, not like, it wasn't like, you know, I didn't actually really care for it at first, but I had heard of it, and I brought it up, and I kind of learned to really love it, and my boyfriend loved it from the beginning. So Briella will definitely be her name. We actually have a full name for her. It'll be Briella Jade, but Jade is not on this list as a first name, but we will name our daughter that, so I will go ahead and say that. The next name is Arabella, and this is another name that's just very unique, very beautiful sounding, and I feel like that has to be like, Arabella is like, it has to fit you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm not like, obviously you don't know, because if you name your baby before you like know what they're like when they grow up, but I mean, it's just like when it fits, it fits. But yeah, it's kind of like Briella, where it could be like Arabelle as well. She could be called Bella. You know, you could mess around with that name a lot, but yeah, so that's my second name on the list. Hi, baby. He's watching Bubble Guppies. So the next name on my list is Amari, and Amari actually was a name that me and my boyfriend liked a long time ago, like before I had even gotten pregnant with Gabriel. We were just talking one day about names, and I brought up Amari, and we both really liked it, and we were gonna do that name, but then Briella came along, and we really liked that one a lot more. So Amari is, I'm pretty sure it means something about love. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on it, but I thought I had looked it up one day, and that's what kind of came up. I thought it was a Spanish name, but I don't know. I can't remember, but I don't know. I really like the name, and I feel like with these girls' names, these are a lot more unique. You don't hear them very often. So that's what I mean by girls' names are a lot more crazier, because there's a lot more uniqueness you can do with girl names, I feel like, or find, you know? And so, you know, Mari just sounds short, sweet, cute, you know? So, yeah. Now, the the fourth name, fourth name, sorry. The fourth name is actually a name that I honestly just kind of like one day like thought in my head, and I was like, this is a cute name, and I was like, is this even a real name? And I looked it up, and there was some famous person with the name, so obviously it's a name, but I actually don't have any, like, this didn't come from anywhere except for my head. Like, I'm not saying I made up the name, you know what I'm saying, but like it just kind of popped up in my head, you know. I didn't get it from anyone else, and that's Kalani. And I know there is a music a singer. Her name, I think hers is like Kehlani, but mine is Kalani. And this is before I even heard of her, because this name came up like before I was even hold on. Kalani was a name that got brought up like before I even found out the gender with Landon, and it made my list, but no one really liked it. But I really love it. I think it kind of sounds like another one of those names that kind of sounds baby, look, say hi. Hi. You want the baby? I feel like Kalani's another name that kind of just sounds like, you know, like, I don't want to say like tropical or islandy or anything, but anyways, yeah. So the next name is Braylon, and I will put the spelling right there too. This one just honestly was just one that I saw on the internet one day, and I was like, it's just cute. I'm not gonna say I love it, but I do like it, and you know, I'm not, you know, it could be a possibility one day, but I really don't have I mean, it just sounds unique. I know I said that about a lot of the names, but I mean, it's a cute, unique name, and who knows, maybe I'll have a daughter named Braylon. So yeah, I did add an extra name for the girls list, like I said, and that name is Emerson. And there was a little girl named Emerson at my daycare that I used to work at, and that's kind of where that name came from. And I really love it. I think, I don't want to say proper, but it sounds like fancy in a way. And there's not a lot of people with that name. So, and I definitely love names that there is not a lot of people that I know with that name, because who wants to have, you know, their children like having a super common name. Like, I couldn't imagine naming my daughter Ashley, because Ashley is such a common, and I don't want to be really say basic, but it's a very common name, and it's just not special anymore. Baby, it's just not special anymore. So say hi. Landon is gonna be 2 next month, guys. Oh my gosh. And Gabriel's gonna be 1 in 2 months. I cannot even believe it. Anyways, but yeah, so those are the names that I have on my list for you guys. And maybe you'll pick a name from this list and name your child that. You know, maybe you absolutely hate the names that I just said. Whatever. I just thought this would be a fun video to make. Talk about the names that I really do adore and most likely will use. One of those, like I said, Briella is a name that I'm 100% going to use. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Again, you know, subscribe to me if you're not. Follow me on my social media down below. I do want to do a Q&A because I love doing Q&As for you guys, but you guys don't always ask me a ton of questions, and the video would be super duper short if I just, you know, answer the questions that y'all asked. But so yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day. be on the lookout for some more videos. I am having a spring break coming up here soon, so I will be free to make more videos, and I do plan on doing like first birthday for Gabriel and second birthday type of video for him. So yeah,